Hey folks, Machinery Pete here. I got a really cool story for you today. Just up the road from me here in Rochester, in Pine Island, Minnesota. I got connected with a guy with a couple international tractors you aren't going to believe here. We've got, over here, we've got Danny Anderson from, is this Pine Island officially,
yep.
Danny, or Zumbrota?
Pine Island, Minnesota, yep.
Okay, the folks, what Danny has here is the very first serial number, International 1086. Right here is what you're looking at. And Danny, you've owned this tractor a couple years now, I understand?
Yeah, we bought it in 2009, I believe, the spring of 09, February.
Okay.
We bought it, and a friend of mine and I own it together, Bruce Dankers out of Goodhue, Minnesota.
Yep.
We owned the tractor together and bought it and fixed it up. We painted it. It was all original, but we painted it because the paint wasn't very good on it.
So 1976 model, and it has just over 6,000 original hours?
6,037, I believe it's got on it. Yeah.
And I understand, Dan, you've taken this to the Red Power?
Yeah, yeah, we've had it at Red Power in Albert Lee, LaPorte, Indiana, and DuQuoin, Illinois last year. So it's been around the country a little bit. It's got a few miles on it.
People must just go nuts when they see this thing, Daddy. It's,
they like it. They think it's a pretty big deal. They made 47,420 of these tractors, and this one's #1. So
wow.
It's kind of a neat thing. It came out of DeWitt, Iowa.
Okay.
And it was used at International at the photo farm. Engineering had it, and then it must have got sold through International Company to a dealership down in that area by DeWitt. And
you were saying you think that this particular tractor, first serial number, was actually used in some of the original...
From what we can tell, we think that this is the tractor that was used in the photo shoots. If you look in any of the historical books and they show this tractor pulling a field cultivator and a moldboard plow, we're pretty sure it's this tractor, but we can't prove it.
Back in 1976.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's equipped kind of unique too for a 1086. Most of them had 1016 front tires, and this one has 1100s on it.
Okay.
And then it has 20.838 rear tires. It has 3 remotes on it that most of the tractors only had 2. It has a hydraulic seat in it.
Okay.
And most of them didn't have a hydraulic seat. They had a mechanical seat in them.
Okay.
And then it has the heavy-duty 3-point hitch on the tractor too, and diff lock. So.
Well, now, Danny, I'm struck too when we were visiting here. You aren't a passive IH fan. I mean, IH goes deep.
Long ways, yeah.
And you actually worked for an international dealership around here in southeast Minnesota way back?
Yeah, I started in Iowa, in northeast Iowa, in Elkader, Iowa, for Joe Romberg.
Okay.
And then he retired, and then I worked for Red Country Implement, and then I moved to Minnesota in 1990, and then I worked for Larson Tractor and Equipment out of Zumbrota.
Zumbrota, okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, what do people say when they come up face to face with the first serial number?
Yeah, they find it hard to believe, because everybody has a 1086.
Sure.
I mean, there's just a bazillion of them around. And
iconic tractor.
Yeah, they were one of the #1 tractors for International.
And you actually use it here
Yeah,
on the
we
farm.
use it. Yeah. We haul corn with it and take it on tractor drives and take it to shows, and we use it. Don't want to leave it sit in the shed and rot away. Want people to enjoy it.
So you grew up in northeast Iowa.
Yep.
Elkader, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And you were telling me that you found out subsequently that a neighbor farmer actually had the first serial number 1066?
Yeah, my next door neighbor at our farm.
Really?
Yep, Ray Kasu.
Okay. Well, what are the odds on that?
Pretty slim to have this one and know where the other one is at yet today. I mean, the guy that had it, he's passed away, but I know the guy that owns the tractor now, and he doesn't want to get rid of it. But I actually was the last guy to work on it at the dealership. I cleaned it up and delivered it to the farm when he had his farm sale, and that would have been in the spring of '81, I believe.
Spring of '81.
Yep.
Wow. Well, and we have another tractor here too that I think is going to knock people's socks off about it. Why don't you tell us about it, Danny?
Okay, this tractor over here, this is it's a 5388, and this would have been the tractor that...
A 5388.
It was never produced.
Okay.
International Harvester had this tractor all built, and it would have gone into production in the summer of 1985.
So right when the merger was...
Right after the merger.
Okay.
And then they hauled this tractor up to Racine, and they retooled from the front of the cab there, what you're seeing, and that is a factory open station cab. That is not a cab with windows out of it like everybody thinks it is. But they split that tractor and they rolled the front end away, and then they built the whole new front end for that tractor, and then put the Cummins motor in it, and they put the tilt-up hoods.
Okay.
They changed the bar axles in the back, and they put the case axles in it.
Okay.
And then they changed the top of the roof out and made that out of plastic.
So this was a tractor that was going to be released in '85.
In the summer of '85, this tractor would have been released, yes, as the new farmall. It was scheduled for delivery, I would assume probably in the fall of '85. It would have been delivered to the customer.
And you've done a lot of research with, with the company, with the engineers. You know a lot of history on this.
Yeah, I've done a lot of homework and found out, and one of the guys I used to work with actually worked for International Harvester Company, and he actually got to drive these tractors when he worked for International. He was a block man for him, and he actually got to drive them at Hinsdale.
Yeah,
and he got to drive 3 versions of this tractor. They had a hydromechanical, and then they had the power shift like this one has, and then they had the transmission like the 5488 had in it.
Okay. So and this tractor, you had
I built this tractor.
You built
this is a 5488 front end.
Yep.
And then the back end of this is a 7130 Magnum.
And you described when you did that, you found it interesting how everything just nicely.
Yeah, it all bolted right together just like it was. We backed the 5488 in the shop and then split it and rolled the front end out the door, and then we took the back half of the tractor out and then went and got the Magnum, backed that into the shop, split it, rolled the front end out, and then rolled the front end of the 54 in and stuck the bolts in and tightened them up. It bolted right up to it.
How long did that take you?
That process total was probably a month into everything, paint and the sheet metal and everything. I just had to shorten the hoods 4 inches on it, but
it's beautiful.
Other than the ends of the hoses and stuff like that, I had to change oil pressure sending unit, all that, electric shutoff. It all just jump up in the cab, turn it on, and it's running.
Well, it's a beautiful tractor. Now, when did you take this around? What do people say when they see that 5388?
Well, there's a lot of guys that have always had doubt about whether this tractor actually existed or not, and well, we do have proof that it really did, that International did have this tractor built. I mean, not that the merger was a good thing for both companies, but they did take it to the next level, and they did come out with the Magnum tractor, which was a really big hit. You know,
just had their 25-year anniversary.
Yeah, this summer.
Popular.
Yeah, it was their 25th. Yeah, they're doing it, and yeah, it's been a big hit. With
I
everybody.
bet conversation piece when Danny shows up. Danny from Minnesota shows up with his 5388. Huh?
It's kind of a big deal. Yeah, everybody
That's
really
awesome.
They want to see it and drive it, and they want to touch it, and you know, and the people walk up there and they'll go, yeah, my dad had one of these, a 5388. And I'll stand there and listen to him for a while, and I'm like, your dad never had a 5388 because they never made it. And he's like, oh yeah, they did. And I said, no, this is the only one. So
That's
it's a very unique tractor, and we use it. I had it out in Indiana for the plow day last fall where we plowed the mile, and I use it out in the field. We pull a ripper with it and pull a soil finisher with it. And so we use it, haul corn to town with it.
But I understand you made friends through the Red Power Group and other internet discussion groups all over
the world, pretty much, yeah. Clear over to France and New Zealand and Australia.
Passion for the international tractors runs deep.
Yeah, we like red no matter what color it is.
I love it. That's awesome. And Danny, you're kind of known on the internet and by folks all over the world by your Dirt Boys?
Yep, Dirt Boys, yeah. I'm on, that's the name of our company. And when I left Case IH in 1997, I bought an Arctic Cat dealership and ran that for 10 years, and then I sold that, and I needed the name of a new company, and my son come up with that because we move dirt too. So we do a little bit of both. We play in the dirt and we work in the dirt, and we just enjoy it.
Play in the dirt, work in the dirt, and you got some unbelievable international tractors. And you also own a 1066 narrow front?
Yeah. It's a 1971. It's one of the first ones built, first few hundred. I'd have to check that serial number again. But yeah, I have a narrow front 10 that's all fixed up too. And we have a bunch of nice stuff. So
that's just awesome. I got to get a shot of the 1086 here again. And you take it to to international events, Danny, or you ever take it to farm shows or anything?
We take it to the Red Power Roundups. You know, we haul it to those, but I've never been invited to anything with Case IH or anything. I didn't know if...
Oh, I tell you what, Danny, you bring these 2 tractors to any farm show,
It'd be a pretty big hit, right?
you would be more than a pretty big hit. People just love seeing this. And again, how cool to find the first serial number, 1086. That's just fantastic. I'm really thankful you dropped me a note, Danny, and thanks for showing us your tractors. Fantastic.
Hey, thanks for coming out.